Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Gators will boot it away to start the game. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice, just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. They go to the ground. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Looking for more room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Hey, sometimes numbers lie, but this quarterback just learned a valuable lesson. These numbers don't lie. One of the best defenses against the pass, and you see why right there. Man, they break on the football, so much speed in the back end, break on it, make the play. This defense is legit, and that QB's finding out firsthand.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Beats it, fires complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. Sweet cut there. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play action.
He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
They'll run play action. Right down the middle. Makes a connection. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. He turns that loose down the right side.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Fires to the big fella. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
3rd down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You know, you got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes them, gets another first down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, that receiver, he knew he had to get his head turned around quickly. He's running the crow route against zone coverage, but he knows his quarterback is going to be firing that ball into him. It's a rocket pass. He's able to make the catch and get the first.
They'll run the screen, and maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one up on the board this week in practice, but obviously a lot more difficult to go out and execute. Give the defense credit. Great stop.
Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. Looking to throw. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
They've done a nice job marching the football down the field to get into this position in the red zone. You throw an incomplete on 3rd down, so the question now, are you going for a touchdown, try to pay this drive off, or are you just going to take the points?
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
And the Gators can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the shotgun, the inside give. Still running at the 40. There he goes. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
The Gators, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk, and on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right front. Nice job.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Mr. Two Bits would be proud. The Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. We've reached a break. It's Florida with the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Unloads quickly. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. The Gators have pushed it inside the 20. Wants to fire on second down. Snagged out of the air. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on third. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Gators!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Pena. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes.
Turning it on! Got enough for the first down and wants more. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
A design run for the quarterback. And a nice, solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense. We got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. He's got the tight end. They found the tight end, but he could not find first down yardage, and it'll be 4th down.
Man, wow, what a catch by the big fella. And when he's not open, he's open. So nice to have a big target that can make those type of catches. I imagine he'll keep throwing him the football.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Field goal is good. Are forced to settle for 3. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Auburn is ahead early in Jordan Hare, but that's not exactly Bo Jackson out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 13 over Iowa. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Zings it complete to the right. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Caught close to the marker, it's Higgins. Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st, it's at the 37.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
And the Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the 1st, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down and breaks into the open. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? That, his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Still looking, on the move. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Keeps looking downfield. Going to try to get it himself. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
I love the play call there, too, because 2nd and short, defense is thinking you might run it. So you try to catch him off guard with the pass. Nothing there. Even if you throw an incompletion, you're going to have a chance to run it the very next play, but it doesn't matter. This guy's just so athletic himself. He's able to go get the first. Let's get a fresh set of downs.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Takes it the other way. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Fires toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, after getting the takeaway now, you're in the fringe area just outside the red zone. The offense trying to stay aggressive. They're throwing it right away, seeing if they can catch the defense sleeping after now just coming on the field. But give the defense credit. They were aware. They were ready for it. Made sure that one fell incomplete.
Complete to the right. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. The officials throw the flag, but the offense won't need it. They'll decline that and keep the big play. They'll immediately call timeout. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. Good, right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Mississippi State has it teed up, ready to go here in the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything in this offense.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down in the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
The Gators with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Here's the handoff.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
The Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Off the RPO, complete. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. And that's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't...
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point, and he was able to come away with the pick.
Leaves it with the back. Trying to take it back. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a first down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
And after taking a big loss on that run, you just wonder if you're on offense, if you may abandon that part of your game and just start trying to throw it. You're down by a lot here in the second half. Third quarter, you've got lots of time, but you need to throw the football to get back in this thing.
Snags it over the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. He's open on the right. That will be enough to move the chains and get them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that first down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the first down marker. Get in there and get it.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
Now facing a third and long. They'll move the wide receiver. A run for the quarterback. Got enough space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for them every play. That's my quarterback.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 25 clash today. Wisconsin has the lead right now. Feels like Bucky's been doing his share of push-ups, but they haven't been able to pull away. They are up by just one over Michigan. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. And after that last score, this is just a two-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Picks his way and gets 4 after the 27.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
To the ground with the back. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up 1 or 2.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Gets open down the middle.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Running back searching for a hole. Runs through a tackle. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Gators have this offense rolling. They'll give it to him again. Slips one guy, now he's loose. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Quick release by the QB. There he goes. Headed to the end zone. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Gators.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They'll try the run. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third and long, try to convert through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Fires to the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another.
Turning it on. He's at the slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they are cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Yeah, salt enter wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10.
Well, This offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now, and they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but now in the fourth quarter, it's about force-feeding him, getting some push up front, and just icing this thing.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. New set of downs after the completion. They'll move the tight end. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Bringing the heat. He's sacked. He'll lose a couple on that one as he tried to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Flips it out on the screen. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
And, man, that is not the third down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a fourth down now.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in at the 25. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
At the 45 on his way. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown Gators. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense...
Oh, what vision. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that, baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Throws to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job.
A shot toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. And that is no good. The idea was to draw just a tad closer. Instead, the mountain is still enormous. The Gators sending the offense back to work. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. The Gators in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Handoff to the lone back. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Jukes his way for more.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
The Gators looking to convert on 4th down.